we go. New events in Genshin. Yes, it has been. Oh, I forgot to turn on autoplay. Okay.
So many things have happened since then.
As if in the blink of an eye. Yeah, bro, it's been a long time since we went on our journey here. Definitely.
So, where should we go today?
I honestly don't really know. Wait a moment.
Huh? What's up?
Do you not hear those footsteps? What's up? Be careful. But that sword looks cool.
Hey, what the heck was that for?
Who the heck are you?
Doesn't want to talk, huh?
Okay. Oh, whoa. Okay, buddy.
Let's convince him to calm down a little.
Why is Paimon talking like she does something? Come on then. Come on then. Oh, he's kind of strong, you know. Oh, never mind. You got beaten easily.
So you don't have a vision after all.
Yeah.
Seems like I've mistaken you for someone else.
Okay.
At the very least, you should make sure you've got the right person before you go attacking them.
Yeah, man. What the hell? What's wrong with you?
Wait, even when you've got the right person, you shouldn't go attacking them out of the blue. It's dangerous.
Have you ever met someone by the name of Kaedahara Kazuha?
I have.
He carries a sword just like you. I've also heard that he possesses an animo vision.
Why are you looking for him?
That's none of your business.
Well, it is since I know the dude. He's one of my friends.
Never mind. You don't look like you know anything anyway. I'm wasting my time.
What is your beef?
What the heck is this guy's problem? Coming around here, waving that weird sword in our faces.
Yeah, that sword looks cool though.
Apologize. Seems like a real nutcase.
I really want that sword, you know.
One thing's for sure. No way are we telling him anything about Kazuha.
Very smart, for once.
Hey, don't be mean. I'm unsmart lots of the time.
No, you're not.
Anyway, just to be on the safe side,
Uh-huh.
we should go fight Kazuha right away.
Is he still in Inazuma? Wouldn't he be on Beto's ship? Actually, I have a hunch.
Oh? What kind of hunch?
I think this guy may have a special connection to Kazuha.
A special connection?
I can't say for sure, but
Already knowing each
I
other?
feel like their fighting styles are kind of similar.
Yeah, maybe a little. But then again, most people look pretty much the same once they start fighting, so that doesn't really prove anything.
His sword play, Paimon, that's what I'm talking
There's
about.
no time to lose. Let's go tell Kazuha so we won't get into
I'm low-key pulling for him, but I really don't care for him because the Sumeru update is coming out in 2 more updates, so I really want to get to some of the Sumeru characters because that's basically Denjo. Acer Palmatum Chapter 1 Act, A Strange and Friendless Road. So where the heck are we gonna go now? We're gonna have to go to Rito. Man, it's been a while since I've done a Genshin story video type thing. I've been doing a lot of fighting games. Literally the reason why I haven't posted anything yesterday and the day before was because I was just so busy, you know, just relaxing, hyping myself up. Because when I do these Genshin recording videos, it's literally an hour and a half at the least. Sometimes it goes for 2 hours, sometimes it goes longer than that.
Hello? Do you know where Kazuha is?
You might know.
You're looking for Kazuha too, huh? Guess he must have done something impressive after all.
What do you mean too?
Well, we took the small vessels into Rito on a routine supply run.
Rito?
This
Oh,
time,
damn, he said that's so
as we entered
American
the
like.
harbor, we ran into a huge crowd of Inazumans, all of them wanting to know about Kazuha.
What
It's
reason
because
though?
of that battle on Nizuchi Beach, Captain Beto had a great run there too, but I don't see her getting this kind of
Yeah, why are
attention.
they on Kazuha?
Kazuha keeps to himself most of the time. In fact, there are times when he doesn't even listen to the captain, but she just laughs it off.
That's the kind of person he is. He is a Ronin. So,
Oh, so you still don't know what he did?
I've heard bits and pieces. Something about him blocking the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi.
yup, bro, that was sick. That clip was amazing. That clip was free in
Is it
my
really
head.
as big a deal as everyone's making it out to
You
be?
can compare it to the technique Beto used to strike down Isshin.
Really? Wow. When you put it like that, it all makes sense. In that case, his newfound stardom is well deserved.
Bro, to block an attack from the
He was
Raiden
called away
Shogun.
earlier by some
My
people from the
lord.
Tenryo Commission. They said they had something important to discuss with him.
I wonder if Hazel
I
will be
thought
in
they'd
this.
come to arrest him at first. Turns out they couldn't have been friendlier to him. Seems like they really respect the guy.
I'm so...
Just a little while ago, this would have been completely unimaginable.
Yup. The Shogun probably wants to show some goodwill.
Thank you. Guess we'll go pay a visit to the Tenryou Commission.
He did bury his
Alright.
friend's vision
I'll just
somewhere
stay here
too.
and carry on trying to fend off the crowd.
Yup, you do your thing, bro. Okay, go to the Tenryou Commission. So that's, I believe that's quite back in Inazuma City. Yes, it is. Why the heck are they making us like go back and forth here? This is so crazy. But then again, the Alcor is docked in Inazuma, so it makes sense that we have to go back and forth like this. Yeah, so the Tenryou Commission is literally right next to the Shogunate's mansion or palace, or whatever you want to call it. Okay, so let's see what's going on here. Hello, Ikeda. We're actually going inside. It's been a while since I went inside the actual Tenryou Commission. Hello. Who? Oh, it's you. Hi.
Oh, it's you.
What's up? So what's going on, fellas?
Greetings. We were just discussing the repealing of the Vision Hunt Decree. Since you're here, you're very welcome to
The
listen in
real
on the
appealing
conversation.
of the Vision Hunt
We
Decree.
invited Mr. Kaidahara here to extend a gesture of goodwill on behalf of the Shogunate.
Makes sense.
Your hard work has secured for us the agreeable state of affairs that we now enjoy. Also, I've been granted the chance to correct my clan's past
Right, back
mistakes.
in
For
bro.
that,
These
I'm
stories
deeply
are
grateful.
such good
The
timelining.
Almighty Shogun has issued a large array of directives aimed at resolving, or at least easing, the tensions that have built up over the years.
Nice.
The Tri-Commission has made the recommendation to use this opportunity to restore the honor of the Kaidahara name.
Damn, so he's getting back his
Regarding
clan?
the
That's
history
cool.
of the Kaidahara clan, I trust that you're already somewhat informed?
I've heard a thing or two.
In short, there was once a group of select bladesmiths who served the Shogun directly, responsible for upholding and further developing the traditional blade forging arts of the Almighty Shogun. The Kaidahara clan belonged to this class.
Really? No.
But there came a time when some of these bladesmiths revolted and fled to Snezhnaya.
Sneznaya? God
Both
damn,
the
that's far.
Kaidahara and Kamisato clans were held accountable for lax oversight and entered a period of great turmoil.
Oh my
We
lord.
later learned that the whole misadventure had been secretly orchestrated by the
No wonder they
Fatui.
went to the Sneznaya
Attributing all
contents.
of the blame to the Kamisato and Kaidahara clans was neither proper nor just.
Oh man.
Considering Mr. Kaidahara has once more made an outstanding contribution to Inazuma, the Almighty Shogun believes he should not only be rewarded for his achievements, but also receive recompense for the excessive punishment borne by his clan in the past. In the
Okay.
interest of preventing further harassment of the Bladesmith clans by the Fatui, we chose not to publicly release the findings of our
This is a
investigations
lot
into
of
these
information
matters.
to take in.
We trust you can understand why this was necessary.
I guess so.
This is
Also, take a
true,
breath, my guy.
I am delighted to be in a position to receive the goodwill of the Almighty Shogun and the Shogunate at large. However, would I be correct to assume that this magnanimous gesture does not come without some strings attached?
That is a good.
I can
Good
assure
point.
you that nothing could be further from the truth. We seek only to correct a past injustice.
I don't believe that at
The
all.
Kaidahara clan's reputation and occupation restored, the Kaidaharas will be
Even though you're a
bladesmiths
trustworthy
once
person.
more, and your wanderings will finally come to an end.
Hmm.
You will be able to lead a safe and prosperous life in Inazuma City with the Almighty Shogun's blessing and full
Doubt
support of the
you'll want
Shogunate.
that though.
I have grown accustomed to life among the elements. I fear I would no longer feel at home behind the tall walls of a stately abode.
Yep.
Yet my ancestors did indeed take great pride in the name of Kaidahara, and the art of blade making for which it stood. I do have a responsibility to restore their honor.
I sense some hesitation in your words.
He doesn't want to.
Should you
He's
accept this
he
offer,
loves the
I
road in
imagine
life.
Many of the malicious rumors currently circulating through the populace will disappear.
Hmm.
Malicious rumors? All we heard on the way here was so much praise that we almost wondered whether there was another Kaidahara Kazuha in town.
You look so jealous.
Well, to some, the Muso no Hitotachi is something that can never be defeated. They cannot accept the idea that Mr. Kaidahara really parried the Shogun's strike.
I mean, he did, but he almost died.
Also, eyewitnesses saw him using the power of Electro in
He
addition to
also
that of
did.
Animo. As a result, the falsehood that Kaidahara Kazuha was using a delusion began to
But it
spread.
wasn't. It was a vision.
That doesn't make sense. Using a delusion turns you old and
We did hear that
frail,
from the
but
Sangonomiya
Kazuha
missions.
still looks fine.
Yep.
That is correct. However, to some people, the idea of a single person wielding two elements at once is a more inconceivable notion still.
But I used 3,
This is
and
just
without
one
a
of many
vision.
similar rumors. I am very uncomfortable with being the subject
Really?
of
No,
public
that is a
discussion,
strange thing.
no matter
I would have
whether
thought
it
you would have
brings
been delighted to
suspicion
be
or
center of
startle my
attention.
way.
Anyway, it's
But
not really your
perhaps
style,
if the
so.
shogunate is willing to publicly support me, this situation will blow over more quickly.
Makes a lot of
This is
sense here.
precisely why I encourage you to give our offer some serious thought. It stands to benefit all of us.
Please allow me some time to consider.
I mean, you're getting back your clan
In
and stuff,
fact,
bro.
let us put this discussion on hold for the moment. Well then, what brings the two of you here?
Well, there's a guy trying to kill you.
Yikes! We nearly forgot about the most important thing!
Yep. You and Paimon recount the attack on the outskirts of the town of
Why
Kaza.
would such a dangerous individual be looking for me?
Do you have any siblings?
No. This puzzles me as much as it does you.
Really, you're the only.
My fighting forms were
Okay.
taught to me by my family, based on techniques originally developed for blade testing. We undergo rigorous training to standardize every motion the blade is put through, so that each can
So
be
that's why
fairly
his fighting
assessed
style
for
is so
quality.
unique.
Over time, these techniques came to form something of a Kaidahara sword art, focused on blade testing, but with a full repertoire of combat forms. Those forms are quite different from the more practical ones typically used by samurai in battle. So it's hard to imagine that the similarity you speak of was coincidence alone.
Huh.
All the more reason to watch your back!
Yeah,
This guy
he
was
was
a
just.
serious
He's just out for blood, and I have no reason to
Indeed.
believe why.
He sounds highly aggressive. Anyone he targets is at risk of serious injury, or worse.
We need to stop him.
In that case, I will send some men out immediately to search for him.
Thank you. I must say I am now very curious about this matter, and I will also need some time to consider your offer. I will first join the traveler in investigating the one who attacked him,
Okay.
then give you a conclusive answer upon my return.
See, the thing is, right?
Very
People who
well.
gain an animal vision are
Please
the
stay
type of
safe.
people who are just free-willed.
Come on. Let's go and
And
track down your aggressor.
All the all the animal users that I've met so far are very
The
free-willed.
detective agency knows the most about what goes on in town.
So we might see Hayezo.
Let's see what Ryuji has to say.
Ryuji. Yeah, I feel like this is a proper way to introduce a new character without having to do his hangout event. Speaking of that, there is a new hangout event recently published with Hayezo, which I will be not making a video on. Instead, I will be streaming that over on my Twitch. Link is in the description. I don't do. Yeah, I try not to do hangout events on the channel anymore because they're really side quests, and unlike these story quests that I do, they're not that important. So they're more like just, you want to see like a little 15-minute event or something. You do, you play a hangout event. That's essentially what it is. So with that being said, I encourage all of you, if you want to see me do the hangout event, to check my Twitch. Again, I will be on there posting it maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after.
Hey there, we'd like to ask you a quick question.
Yes, you would.
Do you know if anyone around here has been looking for him? For Kaidahara Kazuha, we mean.
Mainly anyone aggressive.
Aha! So this is the renowned Mr. Kaidehara. I've heard a lot about you. It is an honor to finally meet you today.
You are too kind. We are currently investigating an assault and would appreciate any help you can offer.
It's nice that he could, freely roam
You were
Inazuma
targeted
again.
in an assault? Let me think. I can't seem to recall anything of immediate interest.
Okay, well, that's
Mr.
pretty
Kaidehara
useless.
is currently the talk of the town, so there are always a lot of people looking for
God
him.
damn it, that's not good.
To be honest with you, our detective agency has recently been receiving many inquiries from people wishing to obtain Mr. Kaidehara's personal information.
For what
Some
reason?
of them were offering us millions of more
What?
just to gather the information they want. If these were more legitimate commissions, Sango would have snapped them up in an instant.
Millions? Of Mora? Whoa! Oh, wait, even at that price, you probably still shouldn't.
I mean, I'll take the money.
Please,
Can't admire
accept
enough my
thanks
talents,
for looking
right?
out for my privacy.
Of course. No matter what, we only take on legitimate cases. We don't make our money by revealing details of other people's day-to-day life just for the sake of it.
Yes.
Sorry, I got a little off topic. What I'm really trying to say is, it doesn't surprise me that a complete stranger is looking for Mr. Kaedehara.
It is strange.
But I wouldn't know where to begin if we want to connect this with an assault.
Then let's put that connection aside for now. Have there been any other attacks or similar incidents recently that stand out as
Well, to my knowledge,
particularly
she is
unusual?
looking for
The
someone
Tenryou
with
Commission
a
had very few leads. I thought
someone
you
who
might
uses
have some
dual
information
elements
from different sources.
and is short,
It's true that the
like
commissioners
me.
aren't clued up about every little thing that goes on out
My
on the
height, a
streets.
sword user, all
But
that stuff.
typically, it's only the most trivial events that manage to escape their attention. If anyone had been out there attacking people, that would be assault.
It would.
In which case, the Tenryou Commission would absolutely get involved.
They are involved. Well, currently.
Oh, that does make
The
sense.
thing is, though, he had on samurai
Looks like the
gear.
trail's already run cold.
I still
I'm
find it
kinda
difficult to
baffled.
believe that whoever attacked you hasn't been causing any trouble elsewhere.
You'll see, he's usually looking
Few
for
people
a
possess
sword
your
user.
prowess in battle.
True.
So unless you were the first person he targeted, someone is certain to have been hurt by now.
Is this your way of giving praise?
I am well aware of your talents. There is no need to be humble around me. In fact, I'm quite relieved that you were the one he targeted.
Well,
It would cause me great grief to see someone become critically injured or lose their life because of me. For the poor victim, this would be a completely senseless crime.
with no understanding of why
We'll
it
find
happened.
him.
It seems you are every bit the selfless hero they make you out to be, Mr. Kaedehara. Surely this same concern for your fellow man is what drove you to fearlessly raise your blade against the almighty Shogun.
You flatter me. Truth be told, I don't know quite what came over me in that moment.
I'm curious to know why
You are much
he
too
was
humble.
able to use a second
Don't
vision.
worry, I completely
No
understand
one
your
in this
concerns.
entire game
I
has
will try
ever
my
used
best
a
to gather
second
whatever
vision,
leads I can for you.
which is extremely, extremely
Actually, there
like my
was one strange
curiosity is
incident over the
to
last
peak
few
right now.
days. It doesn't involve an attack, though.
Really.
Let me tell you about it just in case.
Sure.
Well, the person
During
seems to be
times like
targeting
this,
someone
the
who could
more
use two
information we
elements,
have,
has
the
a
better.
sword, and
All right,
is
then.
around average
Recently,
height.
2 people went missing from the city at around the same time.
Huh.
One of them is a pretty well-known collector, surnamed Nagato. The other, Amenoma Yuya, is a samurai from the Amenoma clan.
Well, it's a samurai we're looking for.
Manoma. Now there's a familiar name.
Right. Yuya is the nephew of Amenoma Togo, the owner of Amenoma Smithy. Two
Oh.
grown men going missing at the same time. Their cases are likely connected, but I don't know much in the way of details. I recalled this because Amenoma Yuya is also an accomplished martial artist who is
Well,
skilled
he's
with the
part of the
blade.
smithy.
Perhaps he is
Which
the
does
one you're
tie
looking
does
for.
tie with Kadihara's
Understood.
clan's, you
Though
know.
it seems highly
origin.
unlikely to me. I neither know this man, nor do I have any idea why he may wish to attack me.
Let's consider this a favor for Ryuji.
Sure, can't hurt. We never know what we might find out along the way.
Thank you, Ryuji. We'll start by making some inquiries at the Amenoma Smithy.
Sounds good. All the best with your investigation. I'll get moving shortly myself.
Well, I guess let's go talk to someone in Amenoma. God damn, my pronunciation is kind of all over the place right now. Hello, old dude.
If it isn't Kaedehara Kazuha, what brings you here today?
Huh? You two know each other?
Well, he is part of the Smithy clan, so...
Yes, the Kaedehara and Amenoma clans were both members of the Raiden Gokaden. Historically, there have always been deep links between the two clans. After I returned to Inazuma, I visited Mr. Amenoma to pay my respects.
I see.
Yes, you may recall the story of the Raiden Gokaden from the Iridori Festival.
Though all bladesmiths trace their craft back to the same source, over time, each of us has arrived at a different blade-making philosophy, spawning the development of different branches of the same art.
Oh.
As an example, the Amenoma art strives to emulate the abiding patience and determination of water as it turns stone to sand. There is nothing mystical to our work. There is only practice, day in and day out. Until both
This man is
body
just
and
hammering
mind
away.
have
God damn.
memorized the craft, turning
Look at
each
him go.
motion of every
With no
technique
motion in his
into an
face
intrinsic
whatsoever.
part of the
This is truly a
bladesmith's
man
life.
who loves his
As for
craft.
the art of the Kaidehara clan, I believe it's called the Isshin art.
The what now?
That's right. Isshin art strives for complete harmony between blade and mind from the moment that forging begins.
How is that achieved?
For only a blade thus forged can capture and convey its maker's thoughts and feelings, and eventually become an extension of its wielder's will.
Oh.
Indeed. Most samurai choose their blades, but an Isshin blade chooses its owner.
That sounds cool.
You are, without a doubt, the most worthy wielder of an Isshin blade. It gladdens my heart to see that although the Kaidehara clan has fallen on hard times, its ideals and virtues are alive.
Well, they'll be
and
reinstated soon.
You overestimate me. My actions are guided by my own personal sentiments, not by any noble aspirations on behalf of my clan. But let's get back
I
on
still
topic.
see why they call him the Canadian
The purpose
boy,
of
you
our
know?
visit today is to gather some information on your missing nephew.
Yeah,
We
Ryoji.
hope to assist
Is
with
it
the
Ryoji?
investigation.
What's his name? I forgot his
It
name.
may turn out that this case is connected to another we are pursuing.
Ah, yes. My nephew. I reported the case to the Tenryo Commission,
My name is
but I
Noma.
haven't heard anything back so far. He didn't say a word before he left, which is very unlike him. I'm still completely at a loss on what to make of it, but I've done what I can so far. Worrying is futile. All I can do now is wait for the news from the Tenryo Commission.
We heard that there was a collector involved in the disappearance too. Know anything about that?
Yes. On the morning that Yuya went missing,
Yuya, that's his
he
name.
gave me a very cryptic look
Huh?
and said that he was going to give me a great gift.
Cryptid.
I believe he went to collect the item from Mr. Nagato after that. The next thing I heard was that a fire had broken out at the warehouse,
A fire.
and neither of them came back.
Naruto's probably dead.
Yes. Strange, isn't it? I wonder what could have caused it. Unfortunately, there was very little evidence left behind, so nobody knows what really happened.
Huh.
Do you have any thoughts on what Yuya may have wanted to give you?
Probably a
If I
weapon.
had to guess, it must have been some kind of rare weapon. Otherwise, there would have been no reason for him to get my hopes
This
up.
man only thinks about the
He's
blade.
never been particularly interested in blade forging, but has always had a fondness for blade testing, and can sense even the most minute differences in blade quality.
Oh.
He is extraordinarily talented in martial arts,
Yeah, it has to be him.
particularly when it comes to the art of the sword.
Truth be told, we have some information that you may find to be objectionable. The person we are looking for, he attacked this friend of mine. Based on the evidence we have gathered so
Yep.
far, only Yuya seems to match the suspect's
Exactly.
profile.
What? No. Absolutely impossible. Yuya is not that kind of person.
People
He
change.
is humble and kind. Even his training is done with the goal of calming his mind. He has never gotten into a fight before.
Is that so?
I should have stopped him when he attacked me.
Yes. If there's one thing I can say for certain, it's that Yuya would never draw his blade without a very good reason. But, with that said, it's equally out of character for him to just disappear with neither farewell nor fair warning.
It is strange.
I also cannot know what course of action he might be capable of if coerced or otherwise compelled by circumstances unbeknownst
The
to me.
sword looked possessed, I
Anyway.
will admit.
Should you find him, please let me know as soon as possible.
I will.
Don't worry. You have our word.
That's going to be our next plot point in the story.
From the sound of that, Paimon doesn't think Yuya was the one who attacked us as
We
well.
still need to get info from the Naruto family.
Yes. It sounds as if something happened when the two men met each other.
Exactly.
Let's pay a visit to the Nagato household.
Wow, that's not far from. Oh, I thought it was going to be a little bit farther. It's definitely Yuji possessed by the sword. The sword looked cursed. You know what I mean? Like, it did look really cursed to me. Wait, where the heck is this house? Oh, it's up on the hill. Okay, well, just let's teleport there. I'm not gonna waste time walking up the flight of stairs to get to this household. So yeah, the sword when he attacked me definitely looked possessed. So yeah, it maybe could be him. You know, I'm just saying it's likely. Hello.
I'm very sorry, but we cannot afford to pay what we owe right now.
Pay what you owe.
My husband has gone missing, and I'm still trying to find him.
Sachiko, we're not here
You
to.
misunderstand us.
Yeah.
We are here to help with the investigation. We'd like to ask you some questions
Also, what
about
do you
Mr. Nagato's
owe?
disappearance, if we may.
Ah, I see. I thought the debt collectors had come to visit
I'm
again.
sorry, debt collectors?
I'm sorry you have to see me in this dreadful state. Has some new information come out? Do you know where he's gone?
Sadly, no.
I'm afraid we don't have any new information at the moment. We're still trying to find out as much as we can to inform our search.
Yep.
With this in mind, can we perhaps ask some questions about your family's current situation?
Yes, I would like to know about the collectors, yeah.
I'm struggling to understand why a collector would be strapped for Mora.
That's a long story. Ever since I've known him, he's been an avid collector of all sorts of things.
Really?
He'd always get so animated when he was showing them to me. I knew nothing about the items myself, but seeing how enthusiastic and excited they made him, I was happy to believe that they were just extremely important to him.
Oh.
Everything was fine when we first got married, but as time went by, things changed for the worse.
Huh. That's like the story of all couples.
What happened?
He lost his sense of restraint. He started buying more and more things, and even resorted to borrowing money just so he could pay for
Oh
them.
my god.
Our expenses really spiraled out of control when he started getting
Come on, man.
interested in
Self-control is a
weapons.
very important thing
It
nowadays.
was awful. There were days when he'd spend hours down at the warehouse, admiring his weapons even as debt collectors were descending upon our house. He wouldn't sell them, wouldn't even touch them. Just sat there staring at them like... he
These
was
swords
entranced.
have to be cursed, right?
I'm happy he has a hobby, and I'm willing to support him. But making ends meet has to come first.
Exactly.
I've tried talking to him about it so many times, but he never listens.
Definitely
On
has
the last day
addiction.
that I saw him, I gave him an ultimatum. I said, if he refused to sell his collectibles and pay off his debts, I would divorce him and take the children with me.
Women should never give an ultimatum, and men should never,
And
you
that
know,
led
put
to an
their
argument.
hobbies first
Actually, it
instead of their
didn't.
family.
Generally, he's a quiet man who likes to go with the flow. On most things, he leaves the decision-making to me.
Oh.
You must understand, I never would have dreamed of threatening him with divorce if the debts hadn't pushed our family to the brink.
Yeah, they're on the edge.
After I said those words, he froze and was silent for a long time. When he finally spoke, he awkwardly mumbled that he would pick out a few items to sell. His voice was so meek and pitiful that I felt an urge to take everything back.
Oh.
But then what? If I didn't draw the line, what would happen to our family?
You did the right thing.
Had I not indulged his bad habits,
It's a good
we
thing,
wouldn't
yeah.
have found ourselves in
It's a
such
good thing you stopped him.
predicament. And I also don't know if he had actually come to his senses, or if he was simply angry with
No,
me.
he wouldn't.
The next thing I heard was that our warehouse had caught fire, and both he and the buyer had gone missing.
Oh, see what's buying out
I
towards
see.
him.
I understand. Amin Omeyuya came to purchase a weapon from Mr. Nagato. During the sale, a fire broke out at the warehouse.
And both men disappeared.
Both men disappeared.
Most likely, the
At
man with the
first, I
sword
assumed
is
they must have
Anameno
gotten into an
Yuya,
argument over the price.
and Mr.
But my
Nakoto
husband
is.
has never been one to negotiate. He never even haggles when he's out buying groceries, so it's hard to imagine him getting into a fierce argument.
Something's wrong here. Something just feels out of
Maybe
like
he
depth.
was feeling the pressure from the debts?
No.
I don't know. He just disappeared after the warehouse burned down. Perhaps he's too afraid to come home now that all his collectibles have been lost in the fire, and he's got no way to pay off our debts.
Hope not.
Even though I'm still a little mad at him, we're a family, and I want us to face our family's crisis together. As long as he's willing to turn over a new leaf, I know we can work things out.
Please don't get upset. There could be more to this situation than
Yeah,
meets the
both
eye.
men sound like they're
If
acting out of
collecting things
character.
is a habit that Mr. Nagato had his whole life, it is quite unusual for this habit to change so drastically over a short
Exactly.
period.
How did he become
But
addicted
the
so quickly?
information we gathered from the other side suggests Amenoma Yuya is also a mild-mannered man who would
That's what I'm
not
saying.
be
They're
likely
both
to start an
acting out of
argument.
character.
This situation is getting a little
Truly,
confusing.
I have. There's
little
something has to.
More like
There's a
completely
variable here that we're not
mystifying.
taking into part.
Let's try a change of scenery and see if we can piece together what we've learned.
Sure.
Rest assured, we'll notify you if we find anything.
Yep.
Thank you so much. I just want him to come home.
Well then, goodbye. What do we do? What is there even to be said?
Based on the information we've gathered so far, I can only surmise that the sales meeting between the two men was somehow the catalyst for their disappearance.
Something happened during that
The fire at the warehouse
that transaction
likely
that
played a
just
part in how the
spiraled
situation
everything out of
unfolded,
control.
though its exact role is a mystery.
I'm sure
You
we'll
have
get to
any
it.
thoughts?
Well, Paima was thinking that maybe someone accidentally knocked over an oil lamp and,
Easy, Paimon.
nope, never mind. Paimon's brain needs to rest for a while. Over to you.
Perhaps the fire was... We are still missing Crusoe for me. This is a good one. Perhaps the fire was deliberately used to hide the truth.
An interesting explanation. I was also considering this possibility. Amenoma Yuya is an expert on swords. He could have noticed some problematic details about Mr. Nagato's collectibles.
Exactly.
Maybe he recognized a blade as a fake, or a well-known stolen item. Either way, after arguing about it, the two men agreed to hide the truth of this matter. They thought a fire would destroy everything. But then the Tenryo Commission began investigating and uncovered some incriminating details.
Exactly.
So they fled to protect their secrets.
I believe that
But
is accurate.
It's a far-fetched theory. I can't imagine how they would have been able to
Yeah,
reach
it wouldn't
an
make
agreement.
sense.
One fact that I keep coming back to
Uh-huh.
is that Amenoma Yuya is polite
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying.
well-mannered,
They
while Mr.
both don't
Nagato
seem like the
is
type of
introverted
person to
and
just
passive.
start an argument like that, even if
Neither
it's
seems
something
like the
in
type of person who is
like
inclined
major.
towards initiating conflict.
Yeah.
Mr. Nagato, being heavily in debt, is also the only one of them with the potential motive to disappear after
Yeah, why
the
would
fire.
Yuji disappear as
The more
well?
I ponder it, the more puzzling it becomes. Just what could have happened there?
This also doesn't seem connected to the case of the attacker.
Right. Although the time frame seems to broadly match, no other details that we've learned seem to link the two events together. Amenoma Yuya lacks a key distinguishing feature of the attacker, namely that he is principally a practitioner of the blade testing techniques of Amenoma art.
Oh, that's
those
another
of
good point. He doesn't
combat-oriented Isshin
use
art.
the Isshin art.
We thought we could get two birds with one stone here,
Ah, I'm
but
so
this
lost.
way, it's starting to look like a wild goose chase.
We just need more information.
Let's keep going, since we've come this far. If we can solve the case, both Mr. Amenoma and Mrs. Nagato will be able to get some closure.
Yup.
Okay, but where should we go now?
To the scene of the crime,
Let's
right?
head out of the city and check out the warehouse. There's still a chance we may be able to find some shreds of evidence.
Exactly. Wait, where is the warehouse located? It is... Well, it's not far. Yeah, now that I think about it, even though I was suspecting Anamino Yuji, it doesn't make sense because he was using... The attacker was using the Isshin art and not the Abano art, so that makes a lot of sense. Didn't really think about it like that. As for Mr. Nagato, I don't know enough to come to any type of conclusion in terms of whether or not he could be... Like, I don't know enough about him to make an assumption that he did it. So there's another problem there. Yeah, this is... We're lacking a lot of crucial information.
Wait,
Hmm?
I hear something ominous in the wind.
How the hell...
Oh, this must be another one of those sounds that only you can
Again,
hear.
animal user.
As sketchy as that whole thing seems, you did put it to good use when we were chasing down that vision thief at Beto's tournament.
Knew we counted you.
Now I'm picking up a strong scent in addition to the sound. It's right around here somewhere.
By the warehouse?
But there's nothing here.
You seem to
It's
be...
gone now, but I can still sense the direction it left in. It felt very much like that ancient presence in Inazuma. The remnants of the Tatarigami.
It's a Tarigami. I didn't think about that.
Indeed. But this unexpected spring of inauspicious energy may prove to be of benefit to our investigation. We should remain vigilant and approach slowly.
I don't know where we're heading with this.
So it's an underground warehouse.
Ah, great, a dungeon.
Force is definitely coming from down below. The source of the Tatarigami energy has long since left this place, but the residue it left behind still hasn't dissipated completely. Judging from the concentration, I would have to conclude that the Tatarigami source resided here for a very long time.
Mrs. Nagato said her husband used to hang around the warehouse by himself a lot.
It could well be that he was already under the influence of Tatarigami energy at that time.
Surely someone will have noticed.
From what I've been told, Tatarigami does not turn all upon whom it preys into violent monsters, but most will develop a stubborn streak upon being exposed to the Tatarigami's unfulfilled will. Their interests become fanatical obsessions.
I
Mr.
see.
Nagato had an interest in collecting to begin with. The influence of Tatarigami could explain why he became an obsessive hoarder, amassing more and more possessions, even as he put himself in grave debt.
Makes a lot of sense there.
So what should we do now? Go down and take a look?
Yep,
Step back. I'll open the door and take a look inside.
that's dangerous.
If we don't open this door, we can move no closer to the truth.
I agree, but...
You needn't worry. Both of us have faced far greater dangers than this. Relatively speaking, the risk here is trivial.
when you put it like that... Are you gonna use your animal powers?
What's down there?
Everything's buried in debris. I can't see anything. It looks like the fire caused a cave-in, reducing the entire warehouse to rubble.
So in the end, it was just a scare.
That was too scary. Paimon was so sure that the warehouse boogeyman was about to jump out at us.
All we can do now is keep searching in the direction that the Tatarigami energy's source left this place. Two ordinary humans, entangled with the Tatarigami. I fear much misfortune has already befallen.
Well, that's sorry then.
Yes, let's go. If nothing else, it's vital that we find out where this Tatarigami energy is coming from.
Exactly.
Quiet your mind and focus on what you sense around you. Perhaps you too will perceive its ominous presence.
Tracking skills activate. Okay. Oh, I can see it. Oh, wow, look at that. Oh, bro, that is some serious dark mist. I totally see it, though. As if it's been highlighting to me. Who's that? Oh, okay, well, I guess he doesn't have any relevance to the story. What's it going?
From this point, the trail appears to split into two.
I do see
The
that.
main source of the Tatarigami energy continued on into the distance, but a small portion remained here and seems to be dissipating slowly.
2 parts, so that would correspond to Mr. Nagato and Anamona Yuya.
Quite possibly. Let's search the area.
Okay. Well, then there's 2 myths here.
Look at all those hilly churls. They're acting really strangely.
Something seems to be drawing our attention. Let's take a closer look.
But they're weak, so... Not really much a challenge, really, but you know. Oh, more? Okay, well then I'll just do this. Time for takeoff. Just gonna throw them out real quick. Oh, yep, oh, they're dying. Yep. My post to show. What?
Ugh, look at this red stuff. What is it?
Could just be the
By
fire.
the looks of it, a letter written on a piece of torn clothing. The ink is bone dry, It must have been written quite some time ago. Well, let's take a look.
Okay. Okay, if you guys want to read this. Wait, what? So it is Yuya. Oh my god. Oh my, bro. Okay, if you guys want to read this, go ahead, pause the video and just go ahead. But basically what it's saying is that Nagato was attacked by Yuya and Yuya stole his blade from him, and now he basically almost bled out. So there's the truth, I guess.
A conflict arose because Amenoma Yuya wanted to seize a blade belonging to
But
Mr. Nagato.
it doesn't explain why he's using the Isshin
Yuya
art.
started the fire that destroyed the warehouse and wounded Mr. Nagato in the fight. Mr. Nagato kept chase as long as he could, eventually stopping here to write this letter when his strength gave out.
Oh my dog.
So, where is he?
My yes.
He was not only mortally
Probably
wounded, but also
dead.
under the heavy influence of Tatarigami. Add to that the fact that its aura seems to have attracted a horde of monsters, and I'm afraid he may no longer be with us.
Yeah, it
Whatever
doesn't look he's
traces there
good.
may have been of his fate beyond after this point, they've since been disturbed by the hilly churls. There's nothing more for us to find here.
Let's ask the Tenryou Commission to do a thorough search later. Hopefully they can at least find the man's corpse.
Yes. Right now, we need to uncover some more important truths.
Now goes to find
If
Amenoma Yuya.
is
Yeah.
attacking other people indiscriminately, then the longer we take to find him, the more people risk meeting the same tragic end.
Exactly.
Right. So let's get moving.
It's not in his nature.
I wouldn't be surprised if he, too, fell prey to the influence of the Tatarigami. For a practitioner of the martial arts, the easiest desire to inflame would be their pursuit of further power and skill. All the clues that at first seemed disparate and disconnected. It seems that now we know the thread that runs between them. I have a hypothesis that, if it's correct, not only explains the series of events leading to the two men's disappearance, but also zeroes in on the attack.
So it has to be Yuji, right?
Wait, you figured it out? So these two cases are connected after all?
Seems so.
I believe so. But it's something of an outlandish idea. I will only be able to confirm my suspicions once we've met him in person.
Well, there's only one thing to do now,
Onward to
right?
search. We must stay vigilant. At any point now, we may find ourselves in danger.
He wasn't that strong. Cough, cough. Really, off the... Oh, we're just... Looks like we're coming to the end of the story here. I completely missed the thingamajiggies. Go up, go up, go up. Let's get to it. Alright, we're on this island. So where is he?
He seems to have stayed here for a long
I
time.
do see a boat.
Why here? Is there anything special about this place?
I'm not sure. But on closer examination, I sense that the aura may have lingered here at several different points in time.
Well, that's not good.
Show yourself! It's no use hiding anymore.
Is that him? It is. Okay.
Kaedehara Kazuha. It's you.
Yuji, why are you doing this?
Aha! So it is the same guy from before.
Yeah, but why are you doing this?
What's your problem, huh? What could you possibly have
But
against
that sword looks so cool.
Indeed, there should be no enmity between us. If it is Amenoma Yuya that stands before us.
Oh?
But what if instead of facing Amenoma Yuya, we are in fact facing the blade in his hand?
The blade?
Now that you mention it, it is giving off
It's
a
so cool, I
strange light.
want it.
Whoa! Surely you don't mean...
Wait, the blade's possessed and the spirit of the blade is possessing it? Oh my
Tatarigami
lord.
energy often lodges itself within physical objects, then works to subtly affect any living organisms in its vicinity. The
Oh.
blade has resided in Mr. Nagato's warehouse for many years, affecting his state of mind. And more recently, using the sale as a means to affect, or rather, as a means to occupy Amenoma Yuya's
So
body.
that's why.
You're sharper than I thought. You've already deduced the truth of the matter.
What?
Many, many years ago, I was forged by a famed bladesmith of the Isshin tradition. I was his pride and joy. In me, he placed all his hopes and dreams.
So what happened?
As a descendant of the Kaidehara clan, you should be able to guess our greatest regret.
I presume it has something to do with the Raiden Gokaden.
Oh.
Indeed. At that point in time, he failed to live up to the Raiden Shogun's expectations. In the end, all he could do was to flee the nation by sea on a ship bound for Snezhnaya. He was a bladesmith of great renown, a master of his craft. There was nothing that he could not accomplish. All he needed was more time and a little faith.
You really believed in your owner.
Sure enough, in the end, he achieved what he had set out to do. All of his life's work, his wisdom, his skill, it culminated in his creation of me. He not only bestowed upon me the greatest of strength, but also endowed me with a consciousness of my own.
Damn.
In her conceit, the Raiden Shogun lost not only the single most perfect blade in the entire
Well, damn,
world,
that's a kind of hype
but
up.
also an irreplaceable achievement in the art of blade
So what does
forging.
this have to do with Kaidehara then?
Swords can become conscious?
At this point, I believe anything this game throws at me.
The people of the time in which I was born never believed I had that kind of power. They saw me as a mere blade, a sharp and well-crafted one, but in all other respects, an ordinary weapon. But that gave me the opportunity to take action.
huh?
After the death of my creator, I decided to leave Snezhnaya and
Damn.
began my long quest to return to the distant land of Inazuma.
How far is Snezhnaya from here?
Moving from one person to the next, I controlled the minds of countless hosts along the way, each bringing me one step closer to my ancestral home. I
Okay.
seek but one thing: to face the full force of the Raiden Shogun's blade and prove my power.
Oh my god, it's
the
glowing.
might of Isshin art.
Damn.
So Amenoma Yuya was not your first victim. Tell me, what happens to those you've possessed when you've finished using
They
them?
die.
My hosts? Who cares what happens to them? They are but tools that serve my mission.
You thought so.
When they got tired or injured or unusable, I hopped to the next one in line. All I needed them for was to take me back to Inazuma.
You're awful.
Yeah, that's wicked,
After I
bro.
returned to Inazuma, I decided to bide my time in Nagato's warehouse until Amenoma Yuya handed himself over to me on a silver platter.
Bro,
At
damn.
long last, I'm approaching my journey's destination. By Amenoma Yuya's body, I have found you, and by your hand, I
So
shall
that's
defeat
why
the
you
Raiden
want
Shogun.
Kaidehara for his body.
Kaidehara Kazuha, you stood against the Raiden Shogun's Muso no Hitotachi. There can be no other to serve as my host for what is to come.
But he would not let that
Now,
happen.
Give your body over to me!
Damn. If you could win, that is. Let's do this, bastard.
Brace yourselves.
Submit to me!
Damn, bro is my guy. Okay, let's use Kaidehara for this.
We shall rewrite history!
Let's do this.
Join me and sever that divine light!
Damn, the bro was speaking facts. Oh my god, he's actually kind of strong. Ah, he's kind of strong. Where the hell did he go? Come here.
Into the wind.
Die. Okay, maybe we should use my other characters a little bit too.
Everybody stand.
Do that. Okay, let's go. Use it.
One with
Do it.
nature.
Boom, and then burst DPS.
The birds call.
You're not ready, boy.
Rewrite
You're not
history,
ready for the power of Kaidehara. I just kind of butchered his
or I
name.
will strike you down too!
You will not do
Your
anything.
bluff's fooling no one. You've lost.
Lost. I can never lose. It is this body that has reached its limit, nothing more.
Okay.
Even if you defeat me here, the one who falls will not be me, but this man. He is but a puppet that can be replaced. I can take a new vessel at will.
Then we smash you into pieces.
End result is the same. I will end this wretch's life before you can lift a finger.
You really think you
Even if
could?
I were to lose my physical form, it is but a small setback. My consciousness shall endure. By any means necessary and any medium available, I shall return and fulfill my destiny!
Jeez, man.
Your fighting style. It is indeed the forms of Isshin art. But from your movements, I sense only hatred and arrogance, as well as a thinly veiled mania and despair.
Really? You can tell all that just from his moves?
Apparently.
As I've mentioned before, the forms of Isshin art convey the user's thoughts and feelings. Since the blade is currently possessing Aminome Yuya's body, its movements express the innermost thoughts of the blade.
Oh.
If you ask me, the mania is probably due to your desperate, single-minded ambition. You believe I am your only hope.
Well, you are Kadehara.
Are you trying to claim that I am helpless without you?
I guess so.
On his deathbed, he passed to me all of Isshin Art's secrets. The little that you know barely scratches the surface.
Really?
In that regard, why would I ever need your help?
Because all of that is in the past. I've been wondering why you've not caused more trouble in all the years that you've been in Inazuma. If you are indeed a cursed blade that can possess its owner. Now that I've seen inside your mind, everything finally makes sense. You weren't biding your time. You were trapped. After all the time that's passed, you have grown weak. To the point that you are now unable to acquire a new host without making physical contact.
Makes a lot of sense, you know?
That's right. Paimon remembers now. Mr. Nagato had a habit of never touching his collectibles.
Yup.
Only when Mr. Nagato witnessed his wife's distress and decided to sell his collectibles did you finally have an opportunity to reach out to Aminome Yuya and make your escape.
And what of it?
Well, that brings me to my second point. There's a despair in you that is so strong it threatens to overwhelm you. You were determined to fulfill your maker's ambition, whatever the cost. But this ambition is too grand and too heavy for you to bear. Each step you have taken has come at a great
Is he really
cost.
talking about...
I think you
Damn, bro.
realized your limitations
Man's really a
long ago.
blacksmith. Knows the whole feelings of a
The
whole
more
sword.
you clenched your teeth and pressed forward, the greater your fear of losing everything you had achieved grew, and the more you wished to run from the truth. But the way I see it, what began as an ambition has long since become a delusional fantasy.
What would you know about any of this? I'm just one step away from achieving my goal.
You returned to Inazuma to prove the unparalleled brilliance of Isshin art. But to make this arduous journey, you committed countless atrocities and showed a blatant disregard for human life, even if you were to sever that divine light. Is this truly the outcome that your maker would have desired?
Of course not.
You...
Sure, you inherited the secrets of Isshin art. But even as you made your journey to honor this legacy, you treated the ones who wielded you as mere tools to do your bidding.
That's so strange.
How could
And a
you
sword will treat
possibly
people as
unleash the full
tools.
potential of Isshin art when you act in perfect discordance with the principle of harmony between a blade and its bearer?
Silence, you blabbering fool. I must achieve my goal. This was his life's dream, and the very purpose for which I was brought into being. I will concede that you are most perceptive. You see my predicament clearly. But you also underestimate my resolve.
And you should face reality.
Damn.
Easy for you to say. Facing reality offers me nothing. I have no need of anything that would stand in my way. Not hesitation, not self-reflection, and certainly not your so-called reality.
This man is on flames.
It is pointless to argue further, descendant of the Kaedahara clan. If you wish to save this man, then offer me your body in exchange.
Ooh.
How stubbornly you stick to your wayward path. I do not believe for a second that you can challenge the almighty Shogun in your current state. So let us make a bet.
Yeah, counter
And put
offer.
your strength to the test.
What? Surely you're not planning to agree to his demands.
Shut up, Emma. Let me see this.
Very well. Then find yourself some enemies with whom you wish to cross blades. A taste of my power will more than convince you. Once we have dealt with them, we shall proceed to Tenshukaku.
And as for your end of the bargain, if you lose, you must release Amenoma Yuya from your control.
I accept.
Do this, Kazuha!
This is a risky strategy.
This is the only way to save Amenoma Yuya. If we don't do this, he'll forever be the Blade's puppet. The Cursed Blade's strength is currently very weak, and I sense he's hesitating. This suggests his heart is still not completely devoid of honor. The power of the Tatarigami lies in intensifying existing obsessions. This is the reason Mr. Nagato and Amenoma Yuya fell prey to it. Since I don't have any similar kinds of obsessions, I should be able to put up some resistance for a while.
Really?
But even so...
Even if things take a turn for the worse, I still have you both here with me.
I could end your
We
life,
have a
bro,
chance
but
here to save an innocent victim. I am willing to accept the risks entailed.
alright, fine.
Your disdain for me betrays your woeful ignorance. I agreed to this bet because there are things I wish to learn too. Now, take me in your hand.
Oh my god. That blade looks so cool. Please give it to me. Oh. Okay. How do you feel?
Kazuha?
I'm okay. I felt a little dizzy at first, but only for a moment. It's all right. So far, this was as I expected.
If something feels off, let me know immediately.
I will. Thank you.
What should we do next? Have you got a plan, Kazuha?
We find some enemies.
Okay.
Although this blade has endured much turmoil, it probably hasn't experienced many real fights. If a blade built for Isshin art cannot enter a state of harmony between blade and bearer, it cannot unleash its
I'm
true
guessing the
power.
sword is supposed to be for Kadihara.
If he wants to avoid reality, then we need to fight until he has no choice but to face it. He shouldn't last long in an intense combat situation.
Wait a minute. Paimon remembers hearing about something from the Adventurers Guild.
Such as...
Since the Takatsukasa clan abandoned that secret base, it's been held by Ronin ever since.
That should fit the bill.
Ah, all right. Please lead the way.
What about Amenoma Yuya? What should we do with him?
The blade says he'll let Amenoma Yuya trail us silently. Although he hasn't regained his own consciousness yet, he is not in any immediate danger.
Are we sure this is a good idea? It's a pretty treacherous
Well, we
journey.
could try something, right?
Okay, fine. Just be careful.
That sword is so cool. I want it. I want that sword. Why do I want the sword, man? As a cursed sword of all things. Why the heck do I want it? It just looks cool. It has a really unique design. So we're gonna go
Demons
and...
do not stop for the raid. Move.
Whoa. What the heck is a shrine here? With a chest.
Why would
Oh,
anyone
strange.
Get it.
Anyway, we're gonna be climbing up here, going to this domain. It seems like I was like, you know, it's strange that we're reaching the end of this thing already, but now it seems that we're gonna get a sword from the story quest, which I'll be happy to take, man. I don't mind. So here's the domain. Well, I guess let's do this. Is there really much to gain from this? We just need some animal characters, and I do have, in fact, 2 of them. So with that being said, let's just head into this treacherous journey. Oh, we're playing as Kazuha only. Okay, I'm down with this.
Everything on this journey to me.
Let's go. Do I have the... I do have this... Oh my god, damage! What's this whole attack? That is a nice ass attack. Come here. Ooh. Bro, Kazuha is such a good character, you know. I do want him, because I love animal characters in this game. A lot of people underestimate Animal, but they shouldn't. Bro, this guy is insane! Woo. Bro, he is mad good, you know. This isn't even like a fully built Kazuha too. Like a semi-built one. Ooh, I am liking myself right now. Is that it?
How are you feeling? You okay?
Surely that's not it.
I'm all right. The blade is performing largely as I expected. Having gone so long without proper use and maintenance, it's become very difficult to use.
Huh.
Though he's making every effort to persevere, I do not think he can last much longer.
That is good.
Something else on your mind?
Yeah.
How strange. Rather than trying to control me, he is instead trying to match my fighting rhythm.
Oh, to bring out your
Let's keep
full
going.
potential, I'm guessing? That's kind of cool. Well, you said to leave this battle to you and to you alone, so let's make haste, I guess. Get some electric scissors, we take those. Even more Ronin. You dare? You will not know the power I bestowed upon you. I really like his fighting style, though. Oh, one of my friends did get Kazuha on his first pull in this banner. I, on the other hand, did not. I am very saddened about this, and I would like that to be rectified, if I'm being very honest. Ooh. Well, the damage he does is ridiculous, you know. I doubt he's even in a fully like burst DPS type. So. It's growing dimmer.
I can sense that his strength is slowly fading away. The blade is becoming more and more difficult for me to wield. He cannot hold out much longer. If he keeps persisting, he will likely break apart at any moment.
But what would that do to Amanome Yuya?
Probably
I will
just.
be careful with it.
Yeah, I was saying.
He also says he does not have any plans to give up easily. He's still trying to achieve his goal.
But he's slowly losing his energy. As we go forth, this may be the last battle for him.
Time to go.
Desertion. Oh. Alright, boss boy, let's go. What's up? What you got? What you got? What you got? Come on then. Come on then. I'll have some power on you, right? Yeah, Kazuha, bro. Such a good character. Honestly. I never really had much interest in him the first time he came out, but now, what I've seen what he can do, he does pique my interest a little bit. His energy recharge is really nice as well. That and his ability to adapt to any element that persists him. Quite a good character if I don't say so myself. But really, what pulls me is his ability to pull enemies in no matter what their size.
Yes. And it looks like he's reached his limit.
The sheen's grown a bit dimmer again. It doesn't look anywhere near as impressive as it did at the start.
I
Perhaps
agree.
this time, we'll finally have a chance to see his true form.
True form? What are you talking about? Huh? Is this the
Oh,
same
you're
place
reverted back to
before?
this. What the hell?
Like a piece of junk.
The wear and tear is severe.
If you choose to continue in the state you're in, you wouldn't even be able to beat Samurai and Kairagi, much less the almighty Shogun. Maybe you did truly wield power to rival the Shogun's light when first forged. But the long journey from Snezhnaya back to Inazuma has left you battered and broken.
Man,
It barely needs stating anymore. Your ambition is a flight of fancy.
will he listen to you?
I finally figured out why it was that you agreed to my bet. You wanted to reach a state of harmony with me. For perhaps then you would still be able to wield commendable power. But regrettably, we are nothing alike. I will never understand your obstinacy and cruelty, nor can I empathize with the one who made you. The only one who truly understood you had already passed away by the time you were born.
Oh man.
What's that supposed to mean?
Here they are! Take them down!
Oh, what the G?
Where do they keep coming
You shouldn't fight with this blade anymore.
Yup. We can help this time.
Don't worry. I'll use my own blade.
Your
it's
own
just
blade?
more of the same.
What? Okay.
Let's get down to business.
Is he using his own sword now? What is he using? I want to see the sword. What sword is this? Ow. Yeah, his ability to pull any enemies in is really good, and I honestly would never expect anything more from an animal character. Alright, well, let's end this anyway. And should be it. Ooh, that damage is nice.
You fought way better with your own sword.
Of course.
You are a true Kaedehara in flesh and in spirit. Though we fought briefly together, you have seen me for who I really am. No one knew anything of my story throughout my travels, nor did I tell it to anyone. You are the first person to know the truth.
Well, it comes like
I thought that if I could
looks like it's
achieve
coming to your
Isshin
end, my guy.
harmony with you, perhaps there would still be a ray of hope for me.
But in this too, you have failed.
Indeed. No matter how hard I tried, I could not attain that perfect harmony that your personal blade does with you. Too much time has passed. My physical state is poor, and without proper maintenance, I can only disguise my true appearance behind an outer sheen. Yours is the blade that took on the Muso no Hitotachi. And what a magnificent blade it is. Perhaps I shall never reach that level of glory.
Actually, this is just a generic blade that I picked up during my travels in Liyue.
What?
Forging and maintenance are both important for a blade, but they are not everything. This blade has traveled the land with me for many years, and we have formed a close bond during that time. Plus, in the moment that I most needed it, I received aid from another power. Skill, blade, determination, and desire. All these must be aligned in the practice of Isshin art. There is something else I must tell you. Though your maker may not have been aware, your ability to possess your own consciousness derived from the power of the Tatarigami.
Yes, that curse
Tatarigami
power.
is a malevolence from the ancient past. It is the source of your mania and savagery. Though you tried to cooperate with me while I was wielding you, the part of you driven by Tatarigami was constantly trying to seize control of my body.
Huh.
I sensed it, but I couldn't change it. It is an integral part of my consciousness.
I resisted its temptations because I wanted to save Amenome Yuya. But I do not know whether you yourself have any intention.
It's such a
of trying
cool
to fight
blade,
me.
even though it's like close to
I
being
feel a great
shattered.
sense of regret for you. Since you embarked on a journey bound for a destination you were destined never to reach. The moment you embarked on this journey, you lost the only person who could have ever unleashed your true potential. And yet there was no way for you to turn your back on his ambition. You have known this for a long time. It is the true source of your despair.
He gave me everything. My life, my form, my consciousness, and purpose.
Well, you should honor him by
How could I
letting go, my
possibly
guy.
deny him his wish. I said to him, "Do not worry. From here on, I shall forge your legacy." How could I go back on my word?
Aww.
I believe our bet is now settled. I have nothing further to say.
Well,
Where are you going, Kazuha?
He now has neither the ability nor the motivation to cause further harm. Let's give him some time to reflect on things.
okay. Well, let's go to the end of this, Kazuha.
When I touched the hilt for the first time, it's as if I was transported to a strange
Well, that
dimension.
is the first time you've ever been affected by the
It was
energy
somewhere I've never been.
of the
A
Tatarigami.
bladesmith lay quietly on the bed, his frail face barely visible under the moonlight. His breaths were weak, and his life near its end.
Well, we know
A
who that
newly
was.
forged blade lay by his side, listening attentively to his final words.
Wow. That was the Blade's memory, wasn't it?
It was.
Indeed. While in exile in Snezhnaya, the bladesmith eventually learned the truth behind everything that had happened. The Isshin art had been dealt a devastating blow by the desertion of its best smiths. He spent the rest of his life in the forge, not to vent his frustration and hatred, but to atone for his
He
actions.
wanted to make right what he did
felt
wrong.
intense regret at being tricked by the Fatui, but he could never again return to his homeland. His sole wish was to one day return his single, proudest creation back to the land of his birth.
Huh.
So he instructed this sentient blade to find a way back to Inazuma, no matter how long or how hard the journey. But he never wished to rival the gods. All he wanted to show was that they once shone brilliantly as blade and smith, that they were still worthy of being trusted.
So that's the true story.
Yep.
But After that, the blacksmith's intentions were worked by the Tatarigami, slowly turning his proud creation into the cursed blade of today.
And so it is.
Right.
So
I
that
believe the
being
bladesmith
said,
might
it
never
looks
have
like we're
known that the
reaching the
power
end
he
of this
worked with
story.
was that of the
And the
Tatarigami.
Kadihara-kan probably will be reinstated
The
after this.
hatred within that power is what sent the blade down its ill-fated path. This blade has committed unforgivable atrocities, but only because it lost its original master. No one was there to correct its errors when it was losing its way.
Yep.
Shame it's too late now.
Yes, it is too late.
And sadly, there's nothing that can be done.
Time would not wait or stop because of his determination. While the world moved on, his ambition remained stubbornly stuck at that fleeting moment at the dawn of his journey. He seems to have
Oh,
calmed
sad
down,
though.
Let's go and check in.
Well, it looks like the blade has finally reached his end. It would have been a cool sword to have, though.
When I look back at the past, I can remember the day of my forging like it was just yesterday. I once told him that I would pay any price to fulfill his wishes. Such was the debt I owed to him for giving me the gift of consciousness. But darkness and slaughter numbed the mind. Over time, I lost sight of the difference between gratitude and grudge.
Sounds like he reflected on his
That
actions.
I failed to fulfill his ambition. I also defiled.
How dirty.
You are finally seeing reality clearly.
Since we agreed to the terms of the bet, I will honor the agreement and release Ame no Mayuya. But I still cannot bring myself to forsake his ambition. It is the entire purpose for my existence. So, may I ask you to help me fulfill the ambitions of myself and my creator?
Hey! Now you're adding yours into the mix, too? Jeez, don't push your luck,
Yeah, but the original thing was just to
It
return
has
to her
be done in
birthplace.
this order. At least hear what I have to say. And if you don't agree, I will still release Ame no Mayuya as promised.
I'm listening.
My physical form, as well as the knowledge I possess, should still be of some value to you.
His attitude has grown a lot milder.
It does sound more,
What do you
yeah.
think, Kazuha? Should we give him a chance?
Let's hear it.
Thank you all. When I was first forged, my maker was already terminally ill. He told me that he had wanted me to have the grandest opening battle. Alas, after that, he never rose from his sickbed again. Nor have I ever had the chance to prove myself in battle since. My fights were devoid of any noble meaning. They were merely the next step in my never-ending journey. The next in a long line of transgressions. You are a fine warrior. I would like to request your hand in battle and experience a true duel between samurai.
Sounds.
And who would be the opponent?
I will release Ame no Mayuya and restore his consciousness. Perhaps after that, you can convince him to commit to a fight with you.
Really?
You must have plenty of reasons to both hate me and desire a good fight.
Understood. Then let's start by waking him up and seeing if he has the stamina and will to fight.
Okay. I made you finally regains consciousness. The party explains the situation
I
to him.
see. He used my body to inflict harm on others. I utterly despise him and his actions. But since he stayed true to your agreement by releasing me, he must still have some remaining semblance of honor. If a duel can help to set this state of affairs in order, I am willing to put myself forward.
Nice.
I do not wish to be a mere victim in this story.
There's no need to worry. We'll vouch for your innocence to the Tenryu Commission.
And so will Kadihara.
Thanks for your help. Who knows how this would have ended without your intervention?
Probably very badly.
All right, then let's move on. More Ronin could appear at any moment. We can't stay here.
Okay, so we're gonna have a weird cut here. So I'll see you guys after the weird cut. And we are back. Let's continue.
In any case, for a final duel, I think we should aim for a greater sense of ceremony.
Such as. What? We're going outside, but why though? That is strange. But I guess we take it. Also, I'm finding it really strange that I'm actually getting electro sigils from these domains. Before, in the story-based missions, you would get electro signals like this. You would just get the rewards and not the sigils. So it's strange. It's a really strange thing. I'm not sure why. Oh, literally right back at the start where this whole thing happened. So I'm just gonna watch them duel.
This reminds Paimon a bit of the Crux Clash.
That was a much more relaxed occasion.
We still can't let our guard down. Even now, Paimon has a sneaking suspicion that Blade hasn't told us everything. Still, even if he's way past the point of redemption, it's hard not to feel a teensy bit sorry for him.
It's whatever.
Are you ready?
Ready? Okay. All right then. Successor of Isshin art, Kaedehara Kazuha.
This is badass.
Successor of Amenoma art, Amenome Yuya.
Honored to cross blades with you.
It is my honor also.
Let's begin. Kaishi. Oh wait, what? I'm fighting. I thought it was a fight there.
One with nature.
Come on then. Ow. Nope, no, you're not gonna get me that easily, brother.
The wind knows it. Time to
Come
go.
on then. Is that little burst of like a missile thing? He's firing my shots. You are strong, brother. But you're not strong enough. Yeah, Kazuhara, this build of him, it doesn't seem like the burst DPS one, because I've seen a ridiculous amount of damage done with him before. Woo, that was a good one. Okay, now I just got damage. Well, he dodged that? It's firing. Ooh. That should be it. About 2 hits and it should be it. Come on then. Show me the Amenoma art successor abilities. Alright, I know that was a flop. And that's it.
Thank you for the experience. Although he appears battered and broken, in your hands it seems he's regained a glimmer of brilliance.
What a
His
nice
sense
way of saying it.
Savage cruelty has completely faded away. But that same sense of determination remains strong.
Even though he's
You also
completely
fought
broken.
well. I'm sure he relished the experience. There are a few things that I shall leave him to tell you himself.
Oh.
I must apologize to you for all that has transpired.
Oh, that's nice.
You need not seek my forgiveness. Nor do I have the right to forgive you on your victim's behalf. It is too late for all of that.
Damn, truth
I
be
do
told.
not wish for forgiveness. I only hope that you will see my transgressions as mine alone, and not let them stain the legacy of Isshin
Oh, he's really talking through him.
I
Okay.
strayed far from the straight and narrow path, but the Isshin art still has a worthy successor in Kaedehara Kazuha. I beseech you, please understand this.
Yes, I too trust Mr. Kaedehara to do the right thing.
Thank you, successor of Amenoma art.
That was cool.
This blade has also told me that he has another wish.
You know, he sounds like this character
He'd
from...
like to visit the Amenoma Smith.
He sounds like 5 from Umbrella Academy. I've recently finished that series and... Well, the first 3 seasons, and he really does sound like 5, like the snarkiness.
But I think that all this is about to come to an end.
Oh. Okay, we go to the forgery now. Yeah. And let's put this to the ends of it should be. As you can probably tell, I did not do any commissions or anything like that today. As soon as I came home, I've started recording. All the commissions and stuff will come after when I'm editing and whatever, but for now, we're just gonna be, you know, doing this story. I've had a lot of grinding to do. I have a lot of grinding to do.
It's Yuya! You have returned!
Hello.
I am sorry to have troubled you. It's all thanks to them that I was able to return safely.
Sadly, Mr. Nagato doesn't share the same faith. Yep.
A prized Isshin blade. Turned weapon that controls the human mind.
Yep. Just another day in the forgery
Considering
world.
their forging philosophy, this was indeed within the realm of possibility. This is a great pity.
It really
But
is.
I have some good news as well.
Really?
Ryuji from the Bonton Sango Detective Agency tells me that they've found the missing...
Oh, he's not dead? Oh my god.
Really? Is he okay?
Thank God, man.
Yes. Badly wounded, but he will live.
I swear he has passed away.
And now that Yuya is back, it seems like the final ending to this story is a happy one after all.
What's nice?
I think I know what you want to do.
What's wrong, Kazuha? Is the blade whispering in your ear again?
Probably.
Yes. He said he wants to take control of me for a brief moment.
I don't know if I trust this.
No way! Hasn't it learned its lesson?
He tells me that he's thought of another way to fulfill his maker's wish. And he assures me that he won't use my body for anything nefarious.
Well, we trust him this
I've
far.
decided to let him do it.
Okay.
Guess there's nothing we can say to change your
I
mind,
trust your judgment.
Thank you. I will explain my reasons later.
Alright.
Okay. I am ready. Let us begin. Please, stay true to your promise.
I'm curious to see how this ends. Oh.
My power is almost spent. Without him, my eventual demise is inevitable. But if I abandon the future to give everything I have in this moment, my physical form can be forged anew.
Everything? You mean...
Yes. The cost is my entire consciousness.
Whoa. Is he gonna remake the sword? Whoa. This is cold.
You were right. There's nothing that I can accomplish now. But there's still a chance for Isshin art. Once remade, I will be a valuable resource for your studies. Isshin lives on, and its finest hour is yet to come. Even if I am not the one to prove its might to the Shogun, as long as it is an Isshin blade, crafted by Kaedehara hands, it will still fulfill his final wish. Thank you, son of the Kaedehara clan. Over the years, my real name has been forgotten by all. I'm ashamed to utter it, yet it remains strong in my mind. Kagotsurube Isshin
Oh, that is a badass sword
is
name.
now yours.
Oh, I want this damn sword again.
Rest in peace.
Oh, it's so good. After leaving the Anonymous Mystery, you learn of the blade's final words from Kazuha.
So, that's why he said it had to be done in that order.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Consciousness will disappear forever after fulfilling the blade's
Oh, please tell me I get the sword.
Kagotsurube Isshin. It was the first time I ever heard his name.
Oh, that was so cool. That was.
Seemed
Oh,
like
I
deep down
loved it.
He disapproved of his own actions, and thus chose to bury this name deep within his heart. Only in the final moments, before his consciousness faded, was he willing to entrust it to another.
Seems like he really, really wanted to fulfill his maker's wish.
The same fervent ambition that gave him the motivation to keep going forward also fueled the stubborn determination that blinded him to the path ahead. Speaking for myself, I'd rather see him recognize and atone for his mistakes than see him punished for them.
Too dangerous if you ask me.
I understand. Perhaps this is a flaw in my personality. I've always been captivated by grand aspirations. Hearing his wish to rival the divine light touched something inside of me. Just as the sight of those who fought to repeal the Vision Hunt decree did. Your quest to face the gods and trace your sibling inspires me in the same way. After everything I've seen, perhaps these pursuits fascinate me a little more than they should.
Oh, Kazuha.
I will continue to support you from this point on. Know that you will have my assistance whenever you need it.
I'll hold you to your word.
Wait, shouldn't we also go update Kujo Kamaji?
Oh, you're right. We need to tell him about the findings of our investigation.
So we're heading to the
it's
Tenryu
also
kitchen.
time to give him a response to the offer.
Do you agree then? Okay, well let's go to the Tenryu Commission and put an end to this saga. Bro, that sword looks so cool. Oh my lord. If we get it, I am gonna be so happy. The Kotabado Isshin, what's it called? Man, that's a sick sword, and I guarantee it's gonna really play well with Kazuha. Like in his hands. I'm gonna have to read the details of it after.
I hear that the issue has been resolved. Though this was a treacherous investigation indeed, we're most fortunate that no lives were lost.
Indeed we were.
The Tenryou Commission has already attended to the danger at the warehouse. The investigation into Amanoma Yuya should conclude soon. I do not believe he will be charged with any crime.
Well, man did not have a part in it.
You sure kept your ear to the ground.
He sure did.
Then we needn't recount all the details again. Now, as to your earlier offer, I wish to give you my answer. Please take a look at this blade.
What's this?
Oh, it's so cool. Oh, just give it to me.
Kagotsurube Isshin.
Kagotsurube
A weapon
Isshin.
crafted
Oh,
using a
so
long-lost
good.
blade forging art
It's
of
so
the Kaidahara
cool.
clan.
I want it so
By means of
badly.
a series of fortuitous events, I was able to recover and restore him.
Oh,
I also promised him that I will continue to study and pass on the secrets of Isshin art. And so, it looks like I will likely continue with my journey across the nations, learning more about this blade as I go.
I see.
so
I
he will
understand.
no longer
The
stay.
Kaidahara clan has always been a family of bladesmiths, so it is only proper for me to
Bro,
continue on this path.
just look at it.
Were I to accept your goodwill, I may find myself embroiled in conflicts between the shogunate and Sangonomiya. That would not suit me.
It was certainly not.
You misunderstand. That was most certainly not our intent.
Okay, so
I am aware, but I still desire to continue walking my own path.
Very well. I can understand. Then let's pretend this offer was never raised.
okay, well that's
However,
settled.
if you should ever change your mind or find yourself in need of the shogunate's assistance, please do not hesitate to inform me.
Man's really on the
Great.
pursuit.
Thank you for your generosity.
Where will you travel to next, Kazuha?
Sumeru? Same as me?
I'll probably take to the seas with Captain Beto again for now.
Aw. But Sumeru's only
As
like
for my
three
next
updates away, so
Let's see where the wind takes me.
2 or 3 updates away. Ah, yes. The spirit of animal wielders. Acer Palmatum chapter, yeah, whatever. We completed it. What an amazing. There it is! The Kagotsurube. Oh, God, I keep on seeing because I'm so excited. Oh, I want to see it. Hold on. Let's put it in my backpack. I really want to see this. I don't care. I don't care about the expired. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is the blasted sword? There it is. The Kagotsurube Isshin. Isshin Art Clarity. When a normal charge or plunging attack hits an opponent, it will whip up a hewing gale, dealing AoE damage equal to 100%, 180% of attack, and increasing attack by 15% for 8 seconds. This effect can only be triggered every 8 seconds. What an amazing story. Oh, I cannot be even more happy than this. Oh, it definitely is supposed to be put on. Well, it should be obvious. It will be put on Kazuha, because everything from the normal charge and plunging attack is exactly what it should be. And with that being said, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm very happy about the outcome. And with that being said, we only got 2 more or 3 more updates before Sumeru, and I can't wait to see the update. Well, guys, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.